AFL season starts tonight, very excited. So I'm going to ask all of my colleagues, who are you going for with your head and who are you going for with your heart? And as a Geelong supporter, my head and my heart says Geelong for the win.
Thanks, Brad. My head and my heart say the same thing on this one. Up the Swannies.
I'm definitely a Carlton supporter through and through. Is there a Prime football team?
Footy season, head says Carlton, heart says Carlton. Go Blues.
Heart says the Great Blues, but my head says the Blues as well.
My heart says the Pies, and my head says, who knows, it's round zero.
My heart beats true, so my heart says Melbourne, but my head says maybe not this year.
My heart says Geelong, and my head says Geelong.
Okay, well this year my heart says Richmond, but I know that ain't going to happen. So I'm going for Brisbane back-to-back. I think they've got a very good list.
My heart says St Kilda. My brain says St Kilda. Go St Kilda.
My heart says Saints. My head says Geelong.
My heart says Hawthorn and my head says Hawthorn. See you in September.
My heart says Hawthorn, but my head says Collingwood.
My husband is a die-hard Collingwood supporter. Of course Collingwood are going to win. That's what happens. That's what you say when you're a wife that supports your husband's team.
My heart says Hawthorn and my head says Hawthorn. It's a lay down misère. It's Hawthorn.
My heart says Geelong and my head has no reason to differ. We've got Bailey Smith this year. Go Cats.
Well, my husband is Mark Hermans, and when he was young, he was recruited by Hawthorn and played in the under-19, so we are a Hawthorn family. My heart says Hawthorn and my head says Hawthorn. Go the Mighty Hawks.
My heart says the D's and my head says listen to my heart. The D's.
My heart says Carlton. My head says the Broncos.
My heart says Collingwood, and my head says Collingwood.
I'm sorry, I just have no idea. Usually when people ask me about football, I have a strategy where I just nod and I smile and I say, what do you think? And then I nod and I smile and say,
Oh, the Cats obviously are going to win. Who else but the Geelong Cats would win the Premiership?
I'm a Geelong supporter, so clearly I want Geelong to win. But I actually think Carlton will this year. But they have had some injuries, Curno's out. I've got money on Carlton though.
My heart says St Kilda. My head says it's anyone but St Kilda.
My heart says Richmond might be able to win one in the next 10 years. But why are we even talking about AFL? Melbourne Storm are clearly going to win the NRL Premiership, so go Storm.
Carn Pies, Collingwood's going to take out the Premiership in Victoria, but my heart says Eels. This weekend, first round, round one, Parramatta's going to flog your Storm.
My heart says the Saints. My head says the Storm. Hopefully St Kilda kicks better than that.
My heart says Cats. My head says whoever my husband tells me to go for.
Well, my heart will always say Richmond, and I think Sydney might take it out this year. But I'll still be at the footy supporting, and I'll make sure my nephews are there with me. I've paid for their membership, so they come along and they'll be barracking for the Tigers.
My heart says Richmond, always Richmond, but my head reluctantly says, God damn it, Collingwood.
Mighty Pies will of course win the Premiership.
My heart, probably North going to win the finals, but my head say probably the Swans.
My heart is with Geelong as always, down at Cardinia Park, but my head says with the cyclone revving them up for the year, it's going to be the Brizzy Lions again.
My heart says the Mighty Tigers, but we've had our fair share over the years. But in reality, I think maybe the Lions will be up and about again.
My heart says Carlton, but my head says Carlton.
I'm a Bomber, I'm an Essendon supporter, always have been. I'd say both with my heart and my head, Essendon are going to come back, and I look forward to them flying high.
Both my heart and my head said that Geelong will win the Premiership this year. We have the team to do it, we have the will to do it, and we've got the political support to do it with a new leader of the opposition.
Okay, who's going to win the grand final? My heart said Richmond, but we're stuffed. We're not going to win this year. I think it'll be Brisbane Lions. They'll play against Geelong, and Geelong will lose, so sucks to be you, Brad Battin.